like you gotta put yourself out there at some point, and you can't let planning like all the time, or planning to an extent where it's not even doable anymore, because it's that perfectionism, that self-doubt, like, okay, should I say it like this, should I do it like that, or should I say this, should I say not, or what could have I said, what else can I say. I lost my train of thought like completely, and I left it there because, one, to show people that, these things happen, and two, because I was too lazy to edit them. I was like, I am not dealing with that. That's Let's keep it authentic and raw, like that's it. And it really helped me with, one, being okay with mistakes, and two, I was able to get things done in 2 days, which for me is like, I procrastinate a lot. And for me to be able to do this is okay. This has to be a sign, or there has to be a lesson in here. What does it mean to be a content creator? I feel that in the past few years, it's been a thing where, it was, and then we see it all the time, like the evolution of TikTok, the evolution of social media. Like, it was dances, and then people start using it professionally to make money, and then now it's more of a, it could be a career, which I think is very interesting, coming from a first generation, coming from someone who doesn't really know what to do with her life, and then kind of got into this whole consecration for the past 2 years. And even though it hasn't been doing it consistently, you know, I feel that this is the path for many when they don't know what they want to do with their life. Like, they share their journey, or they share a hobby, or they share, actual skills that they have, and that they were able to monetize. So I think it's a very interesting thing, like, who is a content creator. And I feel because being content creator is being creative, and I think everybody in itself is a content creator. But I think the real question is being a content creator for us? As a 23-year-old, you grew up with these expectations of, you should go to college, you should get 9 to 5, especially coming from parents who are immigrants, and I'm undocumented as well. So you get that pressure. You get this pressure of, you have to do something in your life because your parents sacrificed so much. And then, as an undocumented who also has DACA, which is a permission to work here and legally be here and not get deported, I have that opportunity, that privilege. So I think that in itself also puts another pressure of doing something in your life, or having a good job, or be financially stable. Porque there's other people who don't have that opportunity, who don't have, like, I talk about my brother. My brother doesn't have DACA, and he was like literally months away from finalizing the application, but because of Trump, they took out DACA, so only the people who already have it had the opportunity to keep it. And so that also builds the pressure, like, okay, do I really want to be a content creator if I'm supposed to have like a nice paying job, a 9 to 5, and all that structure. And I think it's a very interesting thing, and I think it varies for a lot of people. But I think being a content creator allows you to be very to follow your curiosity, and then to be creative on how you want to express that curiosity and that thing that you want to share with other people, which is something I've struggled with a lot. Porque as someone who's also a Sagittarius, so I like a lot of things, and I don't know that if, I'm pretty sure that has a lot of influence, but my personality in itself is like, I'm a very curious person. I enjoy learning different things, specifically about specific topics or hobbies. So I'm very into like being an active person. So I would love to learn skateboarding. I've done roller skating, knitting. I've done like nail designs. I've done painting, like acrylic painting. What else? I think those are like the main things, and then like learning different stuff. So I love watching and listening to podcasts, especially in personal development, and then like paranormal, and like gente que son videntes and have dones, and like either like numerology or angelologia, which is like talking with being able to be connected with angels. Videntes are like people who can like see the future, or like some specific event that's gonna happen. I think all of that is very, very interesting, and can sometimes get really deep into it, and me asusto. But I really enjoy talking about these things, like what I've learned, like, and it's mostly because like it opens yourself. Oh, I think it opens me on the possibility, on the belief or the perception or the perspective that there's a lot of possibilities out there, and there's a lot of different there's a lot of what would be like realities, or a lot of ways that people are living their life, and they're either one doing the things that they enjoy doing, that they love and they're passionate about, and one, and it's their purpose, and then two, it's just like you can pretty much do whatever you want, and if you're consistent with it and you find a way to like monetize it, and in a way also like work on your limited beliefs with like money and like yourself, then I think you're set. It's just being that consistency and being persistent, because there's gonna be those ups and downs in being being a if you could be a content creator or just a business person in itself. Like you have your own bike shop, and you would think like, how can you make money with bikes? But selling stuff, renting them, and there's a lot of possibilities. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so is being a content creator for us? I think the answer is yes. But there's a lot of factors that contribute to it. Porque, and little disclaimer is that I don't have anything. I don't have anything prepared again. I only have my notes of like the topics I want to talk about, but even I don't have like bullet points on what I want to talk about. So it's gonna be very, very like all over the place. But I think it's one. I'm not gonna be doing this all the time, but it's one to show that, and it kind of goes with like being a content creator. Is being a content creator is that you gotta put yourself out there at some point, and you can't let planning like all the time, or planning to an extent where it's not even doable anymore, because it's that perfectionism, that self doubt. Like, okay, should I say it like this? Should I do it like that? Should I say this? Should I say not? What could have I said? What else can I say? And you get in your mind. So I think that in itself, it's a good thing in the sense that you start putting content out, because the first few, maybe like the whole first years, like the content's not that great, but with practice and analyzing and reflection, okay, now I know I should have some structure. Now I actually have some thoughts or have some idea of what I actually think. So for next time I maybe recreate this video, I have it more structured. Or if I watch this video and then I see the points that I made, and then, oh, I could have said this, I could make another video maybe in a couple of months and redo it in a better structured, in a better communicative, in a better something. It's just gonna be better, okay? It's just gonna be better. So I think that's one of the things. Like, if you want to be a content creator, or like you're a content creator, a business person, a YouTuber, anything in the social media, sorry, I keep looking because I'm waiting for my cousin, and I don't know when she's gonna come back. But so I think being a content creator, I think it really goes with, are you willing to take the risk of putting yourself out there? And honestly, it doesn't even have to be like putting yourself like your face, because you don't. There's people who do a lot of either theme social medias. They do faceless, so they record their life but they never show their face. You don't even have to talk in some of the videos, and that's another thing. Like, maybe you have to experiment with how you create your videos, the style of your videos. So let me finish the first one. So the first one was that. So go back because I don't remember what the first one was. So the second is like experiment with the style, because for me, I've really, and honestly, like, even though I consider myself a content creator, I haven't been consistent with it, and you could see it with my following. I had 95, and today I have 107, because Paloma put out a video, and I'm pretty sure that really correlates with like having. I think I was able to get 13 new followers, so that was pretty good. Shout out to Paloma, thank you so much, and go watch that video. and but I haven't really been posting consistently for me to have. I've been posting on my stories, but I don't think that's enough. And then in my other social media and TikTok, I was also able to gain about like 100 and something followers, because of the same video that Paloma posted on her TikTok. So that has I've gained some followers, but it wasn't because of consistency. Like, I've been Like if you go back to my videos, it's very inconsistent. It's like un messy. It was like I think it was May, April, no, March where I last posted, and then April, May I didn't post. June it was like somewhat, but it was also very very inconsistent. So I think being able to so the first the first point that I mentioned, the second point is finding out your style, and the third one is like being consistent with social media or being a content creator, whether it's social media, whether it's your podcast. In my podcast, I was also very inconsistent with it, and I think it's very interesting once you find like the thing that really helps you out or like that you really enjoy doing or it's very easy for you, is a really good thing. Porque yes, this month, um, my goal is to put out at least four podcast videos and post at least one like, YouTube video, not specifically a podcast. So it's 5 videos in total, and it's freaking crazy when you enjoy. Not I don't know. I think it's enjoy, but maybe it's not that feeling that I was expecting. But it's a very easy thing to do. It allowed me to the July 1st. I recorded 4 podcast videos, and they're about 30 minutes long. And I was in the park for 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, just recording these videos, and it was like from back to back to back to back, like for maybe like a 5 minute, 10 minute break if anything, but no more than that. And it was a very interesting thing porque July 1st I recorded my videos, and I had an extra video that I did like maybe like 2 days, 3 days prior. Because I was like, I need to start. I need to make a video. So I think, oh, it was Thursday because I came back from New York. And then I was like, I need to record even if si no como. Like, it's fine because I said I was going to do it and I didn't do it when I was in New York. So I have to do it now. So I did that. And then I made 4 videos the 1st of July. And then yesterday, because I'm recording this in the 3rd of July. So the 2nd of July, I edited every single video and I also scheduled them. So all those 5 episodes are ready to go. Like they are ready. And it's freaking crazy that I was able to do that in 2 days. Like 5 videos. 2 days I was able to do that. Well, 3 days technically, but 2 days I was recording the for 2 hours, only 2 hours. It's freaking crazy. And then finish that editing did took me a while, like almost not the whole day, maybe like if Siquito, like the breaks that I took and all that, the procrastination, let me watch this video or let me listen to this music or let me go pick up my dad and my brother, then if I take those out, it's probably like a 5 hour, 6 hour like process. And mind you, I'm not editing my videos in between. I just edit the beginning and the end, and the whole reason I need to watch it again is because I want to get clips of little clips in between the videos so I could put it in the front, and then that helps because that's what I see with like other podcasters is like they put videos on top to like to show people to get people interested in the conversation and kind of want to know what it is, what it's for. So that's why I watch it again. But I think if I didn't do that and I just like posted it como just like the intro, like that little piece of video that I put in like middle school, and then just start the episode, that probably would take like even maybe it would shorten it to 3 hours because I watch my videos in 2 times speed, which I recommend for you to do too. I think it's pretty funny to watch into, especially like the way that I speak. I think I speak in a very either slow or like medium speed, and sometimes I think right now I'm talking really quick, but I think it's really funny when you watch it in 2 times speed, and you have to watch more of my videos. So that's helpful. So where did I mention that? But yeah, so I was able to do this in 2 days, 2 days, and it's freaking crazy. So I think when you enjoy something or when you're really good at it or something, it just flows, then it makes it easier to want to do the thing, which I think is it's very interesting because I've been really procrastinating with social media. One because I think it's a very fast-paced thing, and it's like why do I want to create like 7-second videos or 30-second videos if nobody's really gonna watch after that? So like and I think it reminds me of this thing of like don't put a lot of pressure in your social media porque like in a it's three categories. So a book, a podcast, and social media. A book has a better impact, has a bigger impact in the person that reads it, because it has a better chance of it staying and the person rereading the book or stuff like that. And we've seen that in many cases. Like I personally read the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, like maybe 2-3 times. El Alquimista, The Alchemist, that's also a very good book that I've read like 2-3, listened to it also quite a bit. And then there's other books that I've read that no me acuerdo, pero that I don't remember how many times I read, but I've read multiple times, and you can see the impact of it. And you read this book, it's like, oh shit, like okay, I learned this perspective, I learned that perspective. Sorry, I have something here. And it's very, se te pega más la información. A podcast as well, it's a bit less than a podcast, but I think also depending on the type of person you are. Like I've watched a bunch of podcasts, and there's certain things que se me quedan from certain conversations, and there's podcasts I've watched on that I don't remember anything. Like conversation was good in itself, pero the actual like me remembering certain stuff, no. Like I could, there's one that I remember when I was like Ed Miller with Jay Shetty. That was a pretty good conversation, and it was because of like 2 or 3 things that they mentioned. It's like, oh, I need to apply this, or that's actually a very good perspective. Sorry, I'm try not to say during this podcast. So I'm gonna try to be more conscious about it now. And so being watching a podcast or listening to a podcast allows you to get the information more or remember the information more, and a book, it helps you, it stays with you more. And then with a social media, with a video, it's it's very difficult or very hard for, especially because there's so much consumption in there, that it's harder for it to stay, because there's just like 7-second videos, 10-second videos, minute long videos, and it's either one to keep the attention of people there because of how easy it is to scroll, and then two, the grabbing its attention, and then because it's so easy, because it goes so fast, and even if you watch that one video, if it didn't like resonate, or you don't like think about it maybe a bit more, se te puede olvidar like super fácil. And so it's very easy to be fleeting, and even if it does like impact, maybe like help one person, but it's not gonna help like millions of people. And if that makes sense. So it's like just that thing of, it has its levels, and social media, you should put so much pressure, because it does tend to just stay in the working memory of a person. So again, don't put a lot of pressure, and obviously don't let go of the quality of things, like the quality and like how you want to present your videos and how good you want it to be, but don't stay in the stage of perfectionism or trying to fix every single detail or try to have every single detail there. Okay, I think that's what I say. And I think the example I could give is like, if you scroll in many social media, in social media, like the content, there's people who have a bunch of followers, and their content, like their recording is pretty bad, like the lighting or the the editing. Like I've seen some videos, like there's this numerologa where like her videos, her editing, like to transition to what she's talking about to another thing, it's like very funny. I'm like, I wouldn't do that. It doesn't look good, pero because she's a well-known, she knows what she's talking about, and her message is good. Like people watch her because of her things, but I'm pretty sure like if she would like change maybe the editing of the videos, or not put too much editing, if anything, just keeping it simple. it's it allows you to it lets the video flow more. But that's just me giving like some some unsolicited advice on that. But again, like don't put too much, and that's again the whole reason I said that is because you don't have to put a lot of pressure on yourself on like the editing, or is this good or is this bad, because even like now there's like content creators probably who can't who struggle maybe with speaking in one whole thing. Like I personally struggle in the sense of that I can talk for like 5-10 minutes and it's like the same thing, but because I either add examples or whatever, I can't keep it short. And then maybe for other people, it's the or the not being able to say their thoughts or like kind of let it flow, so they have to like chop it up so that it kind of like matches. But me personally, I don't know, call it lazy, call it like trying to be more efficient. I try not to do that, or I really don't do that. So it's like whatever length it is, that's how I edit. I do not like say I do not cut clips. I don't do anything of that unless it's like very necessary. And it's not even because of me, it's because like somebody interrupted my video, so I have to change that, or even like it happened one time, and I still need to edit that video. But there's this episode where I did with somebody that I interviewed somebody, and she kept on like maybe it was like two, three, 4 times where she was like, oh no, let me like restate it again, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But for me, it created like so much resistance in the actual editing, because or wanting to edit, because for me it was my workflow was edit the beginning, edit the end, and that's it. But because in this video it was a lot of like it was like three to five cuts that I needed, or editings that I needed to make in the actual video, it created a lot of resistance in my workflow, which was very interesting. And I still need to edit it. I did edit it, but for some reason I lost it, so I need to edit it again. So it also creates a lot of resistance. So it's like work with what you work with your skills, work with like where it doesn't put a lot of pressure in the way that you do things. Especially like I'm a very big procrastinator, so if there's a lot of things that are putting me that are creating obstacles to not do the thing, the more I can take them out. So for me, it's not editing in between. Like I don't like if I say an there's a two or three occasions where when I was recording a podcast in the beginning, like when I first started it, I lost my train of thought like completely, and I left it there. I left it there because one, to show people that these things happen, and two, because I was too lazy to edit them. Like I was like, I am not doing that. That's Let's keep it authentic and raw. Like that's it, and it really helped me with one, being okay with mistakes, and two, with the whole like not having a lot of resistance in actually doing the thing. So I think that's very important. So I think if you do want to be a content creator, I think being a content creator is for all of us. It's just your ability to take take risk, in the sense like just put yourself out there, whether it's with your face, without your face, it doesn't matter, to being consistent with it, and experimenting with your style. There's a lot from especially for us who are very like we love to do a lot of things, like focus on one thing, or maybe even focus on one topic. So for me, I think it's personal development and like figuring out my life. So that's my topic, and maybe within that I could implement a lot of different things. But even that, like always with the same message, which again I'm still experimenting. So if you go to my social media account right now, they're horrible. They're not congruent to what I'm saying, but that's definitely something I've noticed. So if you could just focus on one thing, and then just like the practice, like seeing what works for you, like what do you really enjoy. Maybe because like you're experiment with your style, you see that you actually enjoy recording a certain thing, filming a certain thing, talking about a certain thing, and then it's easier for you to do that compared to do if you're like trying to do every single thing. Like for example, like real quick, if I probably prefer like talking videos compared to cooking videos, and I wanted to put out cooking videos, pero porque it's harder in the sense of like the changing positions of the camera or the phone to get this to get this certain clip, to get another clip. For me, it just created a lot of resistance in actually wanting to do the thing. So I wanted to, because I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. I think talking videos are easier for me compared to oh no, someone's gonna park here, compared to that. So yeah, let me like certain stuff like this is probably why I will have to edit stuff, because I don't even before I actually didn't on Monday when I was recording, I actually didn't pause the thing, pero now the person's like coming next to me, so I need to I need to um I need to wait, or maybe not wait, but I think that's really it. I think being being a content creator for all of us is just putting yourself out there and being consistent with the thing. I think that's what I gotta say. Now that the person's here, and yeah, and I thought it was a very interesting thing, and I think this conversation was really fueled because I was able to get things done in 2 days, which for me is like I procrastinate a lot, and for me to be able to do this is okay. This has to be a sign, or there has to be a lesson in here, porque it was really easy for me to just record. And again, there's people who struggle with like the speaking, or don't know how to say things, or they overthink about it, so it messes with the video and it messes with the editing. So for me, being able to just talk for right now 26 minutes straight, it's it's easy for me. And then editing is gonna be easier because I'm not gonna edit anything in between. I'm just gonna edit the end and I'm just gonna edit the beginning, and that's it. So I think all of that is very interesting, and I'm just learning it now after 2 3 years of like trying to be a content creator, because again, I really struggle. Even when I came back from Texas, where I had a lot of content, I still have a lot of content, I haven't been able to post it because one, also like the analytics, the not caring about analytics is another thing, porque I think that's something I cared about. So wanting to get a lot of likes, why am I not getting a lot of followers? If I'm posting, maybe I posted for a whole month and it's like, okay, I'm not seeing any results, so let me just like forget about it. But that's not how it works. Like there's people who after 3 4 years of like creating content, like that's when they start gaining momentum and start getting followers out of nowhere. But they already have a portfolio. So it's like all these things that like there's ingredients, there's ingredients, but just on how to do things, on how to get a result, but just how you mix it and use them and how much you put of something, like that's what makes your journey different, and the guys that's what makes your journey there. I mean, that's what makes your journey unique and allows you to be able to tell your own story. And maybe it's again similar things to somebody else's journey, but there's different experiences that you were able to have because of how you implemented things and how you like mix things around. So I think it's very interesting, and hopefully this inspired you to just go and create if you want to be a content creator. And again, it doesn't really have to do with just being a content creator. It's more of a business owner, a specific career that you want to do, and if you want to be one of the best, like you got to put in the work and you got to be consistent with it. You got to be persistent with it. Oh, he's leaving. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I think I gotta stop saying I think, or at least saying too much. But I'll wrap it up here. I think it was a, I think it was a, damn, it was a very good episode for at least for me, and hopefully again you got a lot of insights and encouraged you to start the thing that you want to do, whatever it is, and no, que te lo mereces. And if you put in the work and you're consistent with it, persistent with it, analyze and make changes. He went to park on the other side. That's funny. And if you make those changes, I think it's really important to do that. And I keep saying and now. Okay, but yeah, that's that's it. That's it. That's all I want to say. And that's so. Thank you again for listening or watching this. If you're listening to this on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to follow there. And in Spotify, you have that box in there where it's like, what did you think about this episode? Please leave a comment there because that really helps a lot in it. And if you don't like a certain thing, or if you didn't agree with a certain thing that I said, or all of it, like leave it in the comments. Leave it in that put a response in that question. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Comment, what did you think about this episode? Did you relate? Did this help you out? What else do you want to listen? What else do you want to listen? What what thoughts do you want me to give about a certain topic or anything like that? And yeah, I'm really excited. This is my 6th episode, and this is my 3rd day on doing like I'm being consistent with things, so I'm really really excited. I also bought my new microphone, the DJI microphone, so hopefully it works out. If not, it's gonna be with like the actual normal audio from the phone. But if it did work out, if it didn't work out, this is what a content creator does. And I think that's another thing that I could talk about is the things that actually go, like the skills that go with being a content creator. I definitely could have talked about it in this episode, but again, because I didn't have a structure, I didn't know. It just flowed from my head. So yeah, again, thank you so much, and I'll see you. No, thank you so much. Have an amazing, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.